And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
We're talking Giants every day. From McCovey Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright. Fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us. Breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride. Talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end. Let's go, Giants! Yes! 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 Oh! Eric and Glenn breaking it down, all Giants all the time.
All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live on Saturday night, Glenn. How about that? All three of us are here. Myself,
Wow.
Glenn, and Lou is
Hello.
joining us tonight. So it's good stuff here to do some more Giants talk. Hey, Aaron, that was a great guess. Talking about the Sommelier. Yeah, if you guys check to look at the little post that I put out there about who's going to be the closer for the Giants, one of the selections I put out there, Lou, was the San Francisco Giants. Sommelier is going to be the new closer for the San Francisco Giants. It just may
How's
well.
the vote?
It just may well. It's Sommelier is winning like 56%.
Oh, well, there you go. Probably in a landslide. 50,
Vince,
50 plus? What was the vote? 50 plus?
it's like 56 last I looked. 56.
What's his percentage, though? Like, is he...
No, it just goes by percentage.
where-
It doesn't show numbers.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It doesn't go by. It shows like 20-something voted. Yeah.
So he basically he's got everybody's...
He's got it. Yeah. Hey, and I said this. Hey, have a couple of glasses of wine. Go out there and throw a cutter, and you're good to go.
Hey, I see Fernando asking, does Lou do another show? No, Lou is a free agent. Now he's Giant Sports Talk
Hey,
Live.
he could go wherever he wants.
Go wherever he wants, but I mean, you know,
he could go wherever he wants.
the grass is
Vince!
always greener.
Any rumors involving our Giants? Yes, there is. Yes, there is, and we'll get into it here shortly.
I thought this channel was a rumor-free zone. I mean, this year it seems
That's all
like-
we got now, man. That's all we got. What else are we got? What else are we going to talk about on here?
Hey, Lou, Eric used to be, no, I don't want to hear about rumors or what ifs.
Well, here's the thing. This is
There's
different.
nothing else to talk about.
But this is actually coming from a sports writer, Katie Wu, who covers the
Who?
Dodgers. Katie
Who?
Wu.
Never heard of
Katie
Katie
Wu.
Wu.
Yeah, she
know
used to
Katie
cover.
Wu?
She used to cover the St. Louis Cardinals. Now covers the Los Angeles Dodgers. Also writes for the Athletic. So
I see what
it's
you're doing.
Seems like a pretty good
see what
source.
you're
But hey,
This is you got a Christmas shirt. So you're saying Katie Lou who? So it's all about your Christmas setting today. You got Santa in the thumbnail. You got I see you got a Christmas themed shirt. Lou looks like Santa Claus. You got the bum in the middle here. I don't know. I don't have a theme tonight. What do we got with Brandon Donovan?
Here we go again from Katie Wu. The Mariners and the Giants have emerged. Listen to this. This is a little bit different. Emerged as front runners in a potential trade for Brendan Donovan. Again, a left-handed batter from St. Louis Cardinals. Pretty good. This guy's got a decent bat. He's a guy that's something that Buster Posey would look in, right? A guy that makes contact. He's pretty good, right? Matter of fact, I think against the Giants, he had a 4-double game. Four doubles in one game against the Giants. Again,
well, there you go. I mean, hey.
Here we go. Hold on. Let me finish. With the Cardinals looking to land multiple prospects in a return. Again, he has 2 years of control.
Lou, we make everybody look good. Jesus.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see where this goes.
Who did he hit 4 doubles against? First guess? Giants.
You want to take? Hey, let's take a look at what Brendan Donovan did last year, and then we could.
But
go
it
from
did
there.
say in that article, Eric. See, the thing that always, I mean, maybe again, I've been poo-pooing again. You got Mr. Salty down below, but Lou, didn't you expect when Eric read that it would be the Giants? Oh, and somebody else. Of course, it'd be somebody else, and then we'll end up on the back end. We'll end up getting crumbs again.
Maybe. But I'll tell you what, I think the Giants should be able to get Brendan Donovan without having to give up Eldridge. You could use Eldridge for somebody else if you want to, but
oh my God, are you kidding me?
This will not cost.
I can Matos and somebody else. I don't want Brendan Donovan that badly.
Okay, let's look at his numbers. Let's take a look at Brendan Donovan. Let's see what he has done look at this over the last 4 years. In 2022, he batted 281. In 2023, he batted 284. In 2024, he batted 278. Last year, he batted 287. Again, respective on bases, almost 400 in 2022, 365, 342, 353. Not too bad. Again, does he go out there and does he absolutely clobber the ball? No, he doesn't. But he's going to make contact and he's going to take a base. And look at these strikeout numbers. 67 strikeout, the highest strikeout percentage or the strikeout numbers he has ever had is 81. That's below 100, man. That is something that the Giants need. They need a guy just like Brendan Donovan. You have to. Man, we already got one already. Holy crap.
Question for you, Eric.
Hold on, let me go find it.
Question for you.
Yeah, go for it. I'm just looking.
The guy's hitting for a little average there. I got you there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? Do you make him your leadoff guy? Because I don't see him fit. Where does he fit anywhere? He does look. He doesn't have much power. He certainly doesn't help us in the RBI.
We don't need power. We don't need power.
We're not going to score any runs. He's got no RBIs, Eric.
Because it depends on where he's batting. You need
right.
We need a guy to get on base. The
so
guys that need
hold on. So he's got a bat. You put him lead off. That's the only
fine.
place I can see for this guy.
I'm fine. That's okay if you lead him off. But this is the guy has an average and he has an on base. The Giants need that. The Giants need somebody with a batting average.
Yeah, that's his benefit because he's not doing anything else. How's his glove?
I think it's actually pretty decent, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's bad. Again, he'll be your second baseman.
Hey, Eric, I got a question. Why did he only play 116 games last year?
I think he was hurt. I think he was
95, hurt. And see, he's got 95 there in 23.
So again, maybe you don't have. It won't cost as much because of maybe an injury factor. I don't know.
Don't say that, Eric. Don't say that.
We'll have to see.
Don't say that. Then go out and get me a better player.
He's good. No. He's a good player. He's a good player. I would not poo-poo on this in any way, shape, or form. This would be a good pickup for the
Would you rather have him or Ha-Sung Kim?
Him. I'd rather have him.
Would you rather? I'd rather have Ha-Sung Kim.
All right. Let's do
Eric, I have a question. Who are we competing against? The Mets, right?
Mariners.
No, Mariners.
Oh, the Mariners. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you saw the Mariners lost Blanco today to the Mets.
Yeah, I don't see us competing now with the Mariners. That's what I'm saying, Lou. We got competition, and they are without their second baseman. Somebody's going to go out and get Brandon Donovan ahead of us.
Well, here's the other thing. Who has more prospects that they can give up?
Okay, and that's something we're going to have to talk about. Who would you be willing to give up to get Brendan Donovan?
Matos. That's it.
Matos maybe. No, that ain't going to be it, though.
Right. So we don't even get a deal done. I'm not giving up anything for Brandon Donovan for the batting average. I'll throw you Matos. Everything else is on that ledger. Not worth it. We can do better, Eric. Why do we have to go? Well, we get him cheap. He gets on base. So I don't know. Good. I want better. What, Lou? Help me out again. Lou's always quiet on these things when I'm in a debate with Eric. Lou, don't you feel we should be raising the bar?
Here's the thing. I always like to ask on a trade: is St. Louis rebuilding? Why are they giving up a guy who? Forget about last year. The year before is a quality year in my mind. He batted 270, 278. He had 73 RBIs. I mean, he would lead the Giants. But why are they giving him up? And that's why I asked about only 116 games. an injury. Okay, so he missed basically, almost 50 games. There's a reason why. Was it one of these where, because again, we don't follow St. Louis. Was it one of those where he missed the last 50 games of the year? Because the Giants are willing to take guys that are either injured, might be good in 6 months. I mean, the other thing too is he going to fill in until Casey gets back, since Casey just had surgery the other day? There's a load of question marks.
Casey would be going the other way. Casey would be going the other way for this one.
Lou, one of my new things to do, Lou and Eric, one of my new things that really gives you a wide, you can search for stuff on the internet. Look at these numbers all you want. I just asked Google on the heels of what Lou's talking about. Is Brandon Donovan injury prone?
Mm-hmm.
Capital letter Y, capital letter E, capital letter S, exclamation mark. Cardinals utility player Brandon Donovan has dealt with very significant injuries, and those concerns linger, including a recent sports hernia that required surgery. He also has nagging groin issues, nagging toe issues throughout 25, leading to questions about his durability and potential of making any team. He is injury prone, especially given his value, positional flexibility, and offensive production. So I don't know what that means, but
okay. Well, you mentioned Ha-Seong Kim. You said you'd rather have Ha-Seong Kim over Brendan Donovan. He is just recovering from shoulder surgery.
Right.
So let's see.
Right.
Who's got better
But he
numbers?
played last year, Eric.
He did. When did he start playing? At the end of last year.
He played like
after
June,
the All-Star
July,
game.
August, September. He played the second half of the year.
Because of his shoulder. And
Right.
Do you want to have someone that has a bum shoulder? Even though it was surgically repaired, when you start messing with shoulders,
I don't know.
right?
Take your pick. You want a nagging groin, a nagging toe,
Well,
a nagging
you know why he
hernia,
probably had the
injury?
nagging groin? He probably had the nagging groin because of the hernia. So he got the hernia fixed. So maybe he won't have that nagging hernia or nagging groin anymore. That's a possibility right now. A big toe, okay, a toe. Whoop-de freaking wow! It's a fucking toe. I could care less about a toe. But let's look at these numbers. Ha-Seong Kim is on the right. Brendan Donovan is on the left. Okay. Ha-Seong Kim got a little bit of more power, but look at the offensive numbers from Brendan, because that's kind of what we need right now, right? We kind of need a guy with a bat. He's got a career 282, he's got a career 361, and he's got a career 117 OPS plus. Ha-Seong Kim is below league average being 100. So look, Brendan Donovan is not bad. He's not bad.
And what's his salary
He'll be
with
okay.
2 more years left? Do you know offhand?
Let's take a
Eric?
look at that. Yeah, let me take a look at that real quick.
Because that's
I
one
don't
thing,
think it's
Glenn,
that
I
much.
always do. Whenever we have interest in somebody, you got to ask, why is a team like St. Louis?
Oh, they're in a
really
rebuild.
Yeah.
They're in a rebuild. They already
Agreed.
traded Sonny Gray. They're probably going to be trading other people as well.
Well, Eric, why
Brendan
is there no talk about Brandon Lau over there in, we're talking Brandon Donovan? Get me Brandon Lau from Tampa Bay. Get me a guy with a bat.
Listen to this.
And
Listen to this. $5 million is what he's still in arbitration
So he's only worth $5 million?
because he's arbitration. He's not a free agent. He's in
Lou,
arbitration.
Lou,
He's got
what does
control.
that sound like? What does that sound like, Lou? What does it sound like to you? Broken down player for $5 million.
No, it's not. He's still in arbitration. He hasn't hit free agency.
Well, I'm going to go on record right now, Eric, and I'm going to save this one tonight. Saturday, December 13th, the same people, maybe including you, Eric, the same people who are saying, yeah, great deal, sign him. With all of those nagging injuries, Eric, if he is gone by May or June and, he's going to miss the next 2 months, I'm going to say, I told you so. Too many injuries. This just, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, a big toe and a groin, and he got a hernia fixed it. Maybe.
And the hamstring
Maybe.
and the hernia. And I mean, it's just too much.
Maybe. We'll have to see. But is it better than what we have at second base right now? Answer that question. Is it an upgrade at second base?
Is Brandon an update from Schmidt?
Yes.
I would say no. I'd stick with Schmidt. If it's just 6 and 1/2 a dozen the other. 6 and
How
1/2
do you
a
feel
dozen.
about having a second baseman that's a switch hitter? Isn't he a switch hitter, if I remember right?
You know what? Let's look. Not sure. What's it say? It says he bats left. He's just a lefty. So there you go.
Okay.
Another left-handed bat. Whatever. I mean, hey, It is what it is. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. Eric, what was that?
No, he's just.
Oh,
I'm in the mood tonight. He says, Eric, why are you arguing with Glenn? He literally knows nothing about baseball and simply says black every time you say white. Don't waste your time.
Anonymous, he's having fun.
So I put him in timeout for 15 minutes.
Anonymous, I know Anonymous. He's
Yeah.
he's just as you say, having fun in the chat.
Well, he can have fun again. Come on back in 15 minutes. He says, I'm here all week. Well, you're back in 15 minutes.
Well, let's see what are people saying. Oh, by the way, we already have the winner. We already have the winner, so we should. Yeah, we already have the winner.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear Santa's arrival. What?
Yeah, because we're in the middle of talking. So
Get
let's
the hell
do
out of
this.
here. Already?
Already is a winner.
You thought it,
Yeah, Lou's the one that told me.
Lou? Oh, Jesus.
And guess what? It's someone else that doesn't live in California. There we go. Joshua is the winner.
He got
You
it
get to
already?
pick a number between 1 and 12 to come. There
Oh,
it
that
is
was
right here. Can you see it?
I
Right
need
there.
my target. That
There
was
it is.
easy.
There it is. Greg Johnson. There you go.
Now, do
Man,
you
we
want
had
to
to go
tell
that
him,
far.
for topic of conversation while he's picking his number, do you want to tell the folks at home what you wanted the word of the night to be?
Yeah, I wanted Cornelius, man.
And Lou and I said, who the hell is Cornelius? He's an ape. He's an ape from 1967.
He is the miner from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Everybody who is a Christmas fan knows who Cornelius
I don't know. I don't think this is not necessarily.
You're not a Christmas fan.
This show
You're
is
not
not necessarily family oriented most nights. We're
You're
not
not-
watching Christmas
You're
cartoons.
not a fan. All right, here, let's
Cornelius.
run
I'm
this.
as Christmas as anybody. Cornelius. Lou, do you know who Cornelius is from Santaland or?
I just know from Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, me too. I think Eric's watching too much Hallmark Channel lately. He's
Oh,
into
come
these
on,
movies,
dude.
Christmas movies. Gee.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is a classic. And well, by the way, what does Joshua have a chance to win? Well, let's show you.
Christmas returns to Giant Sports Talk Live. Ho, ho, ho. Be watching Giant Sports Talk Live for the 12 days of Giant Sports Talk Christmas. We'll announce one qualifier each night for 12 days, and on Christmas Eve, we'll draw for a grand prize of a Giants game day experience with Glenn, Eric, and Lou Marsden, which includes front row dugout seating and refreshments, and a bonus prize of a Will Clark autographed team helmet. To qualify, simply be watching Giant Sports Talk Live and pick a number between 1 and 12. Then on Christmas Eve, Santa's elves, Glenn and Eric, will randomly choose the grand prize winner. The 12 days of Giant Sports Talk Christmas on Giant Sports Talk Live. Brought to you by Tommy's Mexican Restaurant, where it's always a festive time of year. Giant Sports Talk Live, a Northern Lights Entertainment broadcasting station.
All right, there we go. Joshua has picked number 8.
There you go. I got him on the board. We got 6 and 8 off the board so far.
There you go. And Val, he's asking, how do you answer? Well, we decide on a name before we start the show. And then if anyone gets that name that we have, then, well, guess what? You win. And you get to pick a number between 1 and 12. So now we got 6 from G.E. from last night. G.E. from LA. He's a Dodger fan. How about that? Joshua Joshua is a Giants fan, but he lives in Arkansas. So there you go. We'll figure this one out once we do the drawing on what we're going to do as far as the people, if they can or cannot. Maybe he flies over here to San Francisco and catches a game. That
Just shows you, Eric, we got Giants fans all over the world, all over the place.
No, that's a fact.
And Eric, what was last night's winning name?
The word?
Just so we know. We'll never redo it, but now you guys know what it won't be. Last night was a pitcher.
Oh, Eric, you came up with the word last night.
Giolito was the word.
Giolito, and somebody got it.
Someone got it. Yep. G.E. got the word.
He got it because he
Yeah.
threw out every pitcher's
Or
name in
he's-
one.
Yeah.
We should sign this guy, Giolito, and this guy.
All right.
Good on him, though. You know what, Lou? You should have seen last night. It was the first night, and exactly what Eric and I expected. It was a free for all.
Oh man, it was
I
all.
watched it after I got home. It was crazy.
There was words coming. Eric, can you remember, Eric, last night? There were some names and
There
words.
was names flying all over the place, man.
Yeah.
It was freaking insane.
Pacific Northwest. Jesus.
Yeah. And Glenn, it was about 12 to 15 minutes in. Eric was saying, this is too tough. We're going to have to give hints. And you go, it's the first night. It's the first show. Here we go a little bit.
Hey, we don't mess around here on Giant Sports Talk. You better be up on your game. We don't mess
Oh,
around.
yeah.
There ain't no softballs around here, man. We
And
No,
by the way,
bring the
Eric,
heat.
No shit, Cornelius.
We bring the heat, baby. There
and
we go.
Eric, just a little quick reminder to the chat. I'm probably going to be with Glenn next Saturday at Tommy's, but I was there today for lunch.
Yeah.
I was at Tommy's, home of the fantastic Tommy Margarita. Yes, I sampled it, but I only had one because I knew I had a priority night to be on the show. And again, I'm going to apologize for last night being a no-show on the first day of the 12 days of Christmas. This is holidays, guys. It's tough. You know, I have alumni. I got to make appearances. I got to try to get a shaver.
Town. Oh.
I got to try to get a shaver. So
Eric,
I apologize
he's
for not being here, but just so you know.
Making a
Hey, I got to do the same, man. This thing is getting a little bit itchy.
God.
Lou,
Lou, the man about town. There you go.
Hey, real quick before we get into this, Lou, fill in a Rosemont on what Tommy's is all about.
Sure. So Tommy's been around 60 years. It's a Mexican restaurant on 24th and Gary. Highly recommend it. It's owned by a family. When you walk in, you're greeted by the sister of Julio, who's the one of the owners. It's owned by the mom is still alive at 93. You go to the bar, you go up to Enrique, tell him you want one of the famous Tommy margaritas. What's great about Tommy's is two things. Their booze that they use is all natural. So to give you an example, if you drink a margarita, you don't get a hangover or a headache because it doesn't contain sugar. It's more the real agave. If you guys are used to going like, let me think, Jose Cuervo, that's got so much sugar and all that. That's why you get a hangover. They've been known. And the great thing about Julio is he is the #1 judge in the world for tequila. He knows everything about it. He takes people on trips. And if you're a tequila drinker, you go there, they probably have 500 tequilas to choose from, whatever you want. But it's very friendly atmosphere. People go there strictly for the Tommy margaritas. And unlike other places, if you go to the bar, the chips and salsa is free. So,
Nice.
you know, I go there. So highly recommend it, Tommy's. And when you walk in, tell them that we sent you. Please let them know. Them being a sponsor, it's all going to help. You walk in, just say, hey, I saw Lou, Eric, and Glenn. They told me to come in and go to the bar and enjoy yourself. That's what it's all about.
Nice.
And what do they say on Giant Sports Talk Live, Lou? It's always a festive time of year.
It always a festive there. Yep. So
there you go.
recommend
All right.
it.
Back to Giants now. So, again, rumors out there. Giants may be in on a trade with Brendan Donovan from St. Louis Cardinals. I haven't heard anything else. That's it. That's it for Giants rumor mill. Of course, you still got all the talk out there with Scooble maybe going to the Dodgers. Now, Tucker, I've seen stuff where maybe he takes a short-term deal with the Dodgers, or if he wants to go long-term, he could go with the Blue Jays. So we'll see where the hell that goes. And who knows? Maybe someone comes out of nowhere and picks him up. And that's neither the Dodgers nor the Blue Jays. So
let me ask you something, Eric. Big name that came up on the show last night through yourself, myself, and to be honest with you, the chat. Any rumors in the last 24 hours? Any up on Max Scherzer? Because he was a topic of discussion. So
I've heard nothing from Scherzer.
I think that rumor got started all because of, the connection with.
That's all it is, right? I mean, that's something that people have been talking about ever since Vitello got hired because, Scherzer came out and said, that guy's great. I played under him when he was a coach and he was fantastic. And so everyone's just connecting the dots, so to speak.
It worries me though. If Vitello, if that comes to, I don't know. I told Lou, I called it the old, we're not running an old Elks Lodge here. Get our old buddies in.
Yeah.
I mean, I said to Eric last night, Lou, I think if you were going to go that direction and bring him in, and he seems to me like a little older version. He's not even as good as Verlander at this point in his career. I would rather just stick with pick one or two and try them.
Yeah.
Just go with a young guy and roll the dice with what you. And I know it didn't work, arguably, in the last couple of years for the Giants, but. Again, Scherzer, is that really the route you want to? If that's the route you want to go, then good luck. Good luck.
Come on.
So here's my scenario about that. Two things. And then I do want to talk about, I was sort of surprised maybe the Giants, since we do need pitching, why they didn't at least talk to Dustin May. Great Dodger. I know he went through injuries, but now he's with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Since we talked about Donovan, I was sort of surprised. Hey, a 1-year deal. It wasn't that expensive. I think he would have fit in with the Giants. But what I thought about the last 2 days about the Giants, especially where the Roger brothers got signed with somebody else, who have we replaced certain people? Okay, so from the trade deadline and the offseason, we've lost probably 4 players, I think, right? So let's just start off with Rogers. Who do we have, or how have we replaced them this year or the offseason? I don't think we have. We don't have an 8th inning guy, right? Okay.
I think Hinches is going to be your 8th inning guy. That's what I got a feeling.
Okay. So a big question mark.
And you got San Martin, right? The guy from the Reds. He's in there. He's probably going to be your 6th or 7th, maybe somewhere around there.
So
it could work out. But again, doesn't it show that we're a lot of unanswered questions, Lou?
All right, here it is. Glenn's favorite player, William Flores, some guy that can come off the bench. Between Flores and Dominic Smith, who's your guy that can come off the bench that's actually going to make contact and be your bench player where you can actually get that key hit?
Grant McCray at this point.
I mean, I'm just saying, we lost 2 guys that aren't on the team, and we haven't replaced them yet. So instead of us always thinking, oh, we need these top-line pitchers, we got to start thinking, who did we lose and who have we replaced them? Because then that really tells us our needs. Because I don't think the Giants are really going to spend money. I know we're going to talk that, another reliever went off, only a 1-year deal.
Kenley Jansen,
Kenley Jansen. And he was one of those guys we spoke about. The other thing is number 3 pitcher. He's not coming back. So are we going to replace a 41-year-old with another 40-year-old? So, you know what I mean, Eric? It's like, wait a minute. And again, I know the Giants are locked up from 4 guys, but I get a little frustrated where we know relief pitching is going to be expensive. So as Glenn says, we got to pick a lane. If relief is too expensive for us, then we got to get a starter. If a starter is too expensive, then do me a favor. Keep the pitchers we have and get me a bat. I'm not talking about a Donovan bat. I mean a bat. Someone, that is.
You're talking like a Tucker.
Yeah, something.
Yeah,
because you know what? Being a Giants fan, we want everything. But if you're not going to say, hey, relief this year is just too expensive for us, that's fine. Starting pitching, it's too expensive, guys. That's fine. Do what we have, but then you better get me a bat. Because, Buster, you were the guy at your press conference a week after that said the fans deserve a better product. Because right now, we're in a worse situation than last year at this time. Last year, we were all upset. All right, we bought back Yaz. Okay, but we're getting guys that are just basically, again, the 4A players. We need guys that are going to be difference makers. Guys that when we're at the game, we don't want to miss at bat. Some guys that we can depend on. We just have guys that we're sort of hoping. It's sort of funny where, the Giants said we need starting pitching. So they don't want to get our guy, the guy from Japan. That's fine. But we really haven't been on any of these other pitchers that are a little bit, couple levels below. And, the relief right now, when we spoke on Monday, there were 8 relief guys gone. There were still 11 left. Another 7 are gone. I mean, we're almost down to where there's not many high-end pitchers left. So the Giants got to decide, okay, we don't have anybody. That's fine. It's okay. But you got to fill these other holes that we, necessity. Us being Giant fans, we didn't think the Giants were going to sign 4 guys and all of a sudden we're competing with the Dodgers. But you can't keep saying, guys, we're going to improve the team. Behind the scenes, I saw Alex again said, hey, guys, there's something going on. You know, when we talk about our GM and Buster, oh, they're working on stuff. Okay, well, I'm sorry, but, you know, it's almost the 15th. Eric's getting nervous. He knows on the 15th, I'm going to be going off about how bad the Giants are. It's going to be super salty. Lou is going to be back because I get a little upset where the meetings end and teams are still making moves and the Giants haven't. That's all I wanted to say, you know, and it's frustrating.
It is. I mean, as a Giants fan, even though, you know, we still got guys out there now, let's rewind. I'm going to go with the relief pitchers. Yeah, to your point, Lou. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of guys. There's only a few left. There's guys out there like Michael Kopech, Luke Weaver, Pete Fairbanks, right? Who else is out there? I don't even know who else is there as far as relief arms. I have no idea who else could be out there to quote unquote be a closer. I mean, they're not going to rely on Ryan Walker, right? I mean, right? Come on. We can't be doing that crap. No way. No way. And as far as starting pitching, and look, the starting pitching, there's still a lot of starting pitching out there. I don't know who they're going to get. I mean, you got Michael King, Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, Ranger Suarez, Tatsuya Imai. I don't know what's going on with him. Of course, Framber Valdez. There's a bunch of pitchers. Chris Bassett is out there. There is a shit ton of starting pitchers. I just don't know what direction that the Giants are going to go. And here's another. Hold on. That's just free agents. We haven't even talked about, and I see what Benji's saying, as far as the trade market is concerned, are the Giants going to go after Peralta? You know, that's a guy that the Giants quote unquote have been linked to. It's a 1-year deal. It's right up the Giants' alley, but you're going to still have to give up prospects. Now, do you have to give up a big prospect to get Peralta? I don't think so, but who knows? Because the value on some of these pitchers is through the roof, and that's just, I guess, it's the nature of the business, Lou. It just costs to get pitching, and people are paying a premium for it, and so the Giants may have to wind up doing that if they want to go get a Peralta. I don't know where they're, and then again, as we're sitting here on, almost December 15th, on the 13th, there's still room for the Giants to go make a bunch of moves. It's just, they just haven't happened. And as you start pulling out your hair. I put this in the description. We're all like a bunch of little kids shaking a freaking present, wondering what the hell am I getting for Christmas? But right now we have nothing to shake.
Whoa. The gift isn't even under the tree, Eric.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Right. So,
have you been naughty or nice? I got to agree with both of you guys, especially Lou kicked this segment off. I agree with Lou that they don't seem to even prioritize what is the main focus. Is it pitching? Is this? Now we're hearing Donovan, who's like a utility second baseman. I'm like, is it now? That's the talk. Well, what happened to and Eric, you brought it up in the recent shows. You got to focus on your pressing needs. Is second base really the most pressing need right now?
I don't think it is. But
there
here,
you go.
let's.
But they're not aggressive. They're not aggressive. I wrote down not aggressive. They're very passive, and it doesn't appear to you guys that there's any. I always call it the last dog at the bowl syndrome. Do you guys see any sense of urgency from this organization?
There may be.
We'll get what we get.
There's so many guys out there. That's the problem, and I think so many people are involved in getting these players that they're just waiting for that shoe to drop and maybe something breaks open. I don't know. But
I see a lot of the smaller pieces, which I anticipate us getting. When one can only anticipate that we're going to be in on somebody, the low-key guy. We might still get a Framber, or we might get, anybody, Tucker. But the pieces that we acquire, traditionally, we get the crumbs. I'm even seeing the crumbs dropping off the board slowly.
I'm not going to worry about that yet.
I mean,
not
you ever
yet.
watch? You're the guy who likes the Christmas and the Grinch and Santa Claus. Do you ever see the Grinch Stole Christmas? I mean, all he left was
hasn't been stolen yet.
That's how I feel as a Giant fan. I feel like the Grinch is closed in, Eric, up in the Giants office. They're wearing green, and all they left us is that crumb.
But there's still plenty left. I mean,
and are you surprised we got nobody?
Hey, there's a whole plate full of roast beasts on the table at Whoville. If you want to go to Whoville,
but I want prime rib like Lou. I want a little bit of prime rib once in a while.
If you look at an old
grilled steak,
there's roast beasts to be had for everybody. That's the problem. There's the carcass has not been picked over. There's still a lot of
I think the
meat on the
Crows are
bone.
picking at it now.
We need to find who signed though. Nobody signed. Everybody's fair
Oh,
game
okay.
right now.
So we might get. I mean, Lou, do you see a lot of the little pieces dropping off the board? I mean, I said this to Eric the other night. We're going to be in a position pretty soon. Eric might think there's a lot of the names still out there. But what happens? What do the Giants do every year, Lou? Judge and Otani, and this year Tucker's in there, and Framber. They go after the big prize, and then they miss out on everything, Lou.
But
That's my fear. That's my fear.
Yeah, that could happen. And look,
Okay.
Framber hasn't signed. We don't know where he's going. He hasn't
So
signed.
what if he goes? The talk today is the San Francisco Giants or the Seattle Mariners.
No. Framber Valdez, not Brendan Donovan.
No, Framber Valdez.
He was talked about going to the Orioles. That was the big talk.
Today all I heard was Seattle.
I have not heard anything with Seattle.
And the Giants are
because Seattle doesn't need a starting pitcher. They got Logan Gilbert and freaking what's his name, Ryan Wu, and who else did they got over there? Luis Castillo. They got the Mariners don't need a Framber.
That's like, yeah, but see, you and I disagree on that, Eric. A guy like he comes a bit. Why do you think the LA Dodgers, they're the name that comes up when you talk about Detroit's pitcher?
Yeah, that's for a trade. That's for a trade.
I think Mariners are a team that's going to act like the Dodgers and say, you get them, and then you worry about unload one of the other ones.
We'll see. Usually Seattle Mariners.
I want the best, and I think other teams. There are teams that agree and want the best, and we don't seem to always want the best or even get the best.
We'll just have to see how this all.
Or we may want the best, we don't get the best, and we get stuck with
And look, that could happen.
Talking about Logan Gilbert playing right field next year, Eric. If that happens, it is going to be one long, sad summer again at Oracle Park, and I will be with Lou. You're going to look up at my feet some nights and go, "Where's Glenn? Where's Glenn?" I don't have to go to the games, Eric.
No, you don't. I could stay right here in Galt too. I mean, this is just we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know yet. And Eric and Glenn, the one thing I think we got to think about, and I know Glenn said this with Toronto, they have money, but teams that make it to the Final Four like Seattle did, people forget Seattle could have beat Toronto. Another great series. You guys did a great job during the Major League Baseball playoffs. It was amazing how great they were. But Seattle realizes, hey, guys, we're only one, maybe two people away of being where Toronto is or being with the Dodgers. So those teams aren't standing still. Giants are a much bigger market than Seattle. But Seattle has something now where they're close. They're going to do whatever it takes to get to that next level. I think what we need to be with Giants fans is realize, what is our level? I mean, are we going to be happy if we're 5 games over 500? Or are we going to be happy if we're in the playoffs? We have to be legit. Hey, I have no problem them not taking any of the big guys. But I am a little sick and tired of, we're talking with Tucker. There's 4 teams. Okay, we're the 4th team. We're sort of like what Pittsburgh did with Schwarber the other day. 4 years, $100 million. He went 5 for $135 million. So they weren't close, but they were mentioned. So I just think the Giants got to realize, and the fans, it's not just the Giants and the A's competing for these players. These other teams that are one team to away. Sort of like when the Giants won in 10, 12, and 14, they needed players to bring them to the next level in the playoffs. And that's what they did at the trade deadline. If you look, they needed it, from Scudero, to Pat the Bat. They needed these guys to go to the next level. But right now, we're just too stagnant being where we are. And, it's sort of like one of those things where you're in a relationship and you tell your girl you'll change. And you keep coming up with excuses. That's like the Giants right now. But again, as Eric brings up a great point, it's only December 13th. Maybe the Giants are one of these teams that Armand said the other day, they're going to wait and hope that some of these players are around in March, maybe before or a week after the WBC. They got to start doing something, or maybe they're just, going to a point where, hey, we'll just wait. And if they're doing that, that's fine. but stop having press conferences. Stop having people like Alex and Susan saying, "Oh, we're like close. Oh God, it could be amazing," because they're teasing everybody. That's all I'm asking.
And you know what, Eric? We're only like 40 minutes into the show. I knew at one point tonight, Lou always drops in. It's like his dating advice for guys in the audience. But you know, Lou, I don't know if you were here last week. Eric brought up a really good, visual representation.
Have my moments.
Eric brought up the visual representation. He says, "You want to hear how baseball talks about us now in general terms?" Eric, do you remember you brought up the visual representation, the talk of here are some of the free agents, and they weren't even big names, Lou. Teams interested: Texas, Yankees, Giants, the next player. Teams interested: Blue Jays, Expos, Giants, everybody. The Giants were on I think, Eric, you named like 20 players, and 2 of them didn't have Giants beside. Giants are in on it's not everybody, Lou, I think, and Eric. I think they're not in on everybody. They're in on anybody. That is the problem. They have to have their iron, the poker in so many fires, because it's such a poor destination for whatever reason that they have to have like too many backup plans.
Well,
and by the way, before the end of the show, Eric, a bit later on, I know I don't want to. Why not throw out another bone later in the show, if not now, to George Curry? Because I don't think he was even here last night.
George,
we saw you. Appearance on MLB.
We saw you last night, George. You're on foul territory. Way to go, George. Nice job, man.
Nice
that job.
And they addressed he had a comment, and they brought it up on the screen. They're like,
it's a simple question.
Hold on real quick.
I gotta get that, Eric. You should put that back up. It was that good.
I got to get here for this.
Okay.
Because start putting this together. So what was the news that came out about 2 hours ago, right? Katie Woo was saying the Giants and the Mariners may be in on Brendan Donovan and for a trade. What did Ken Rosenthal say yesterday on Foul Territory? And all of it, well, me and you, Glenn, were like, what? What did he say? What did the Giants want to address? Second base. So some of these things are starting to line up a little bit. So maybe this is a little bit more serious than what we think. True. And look, and what did Katie Woo said? They didn't say they're checking in. They said they're engaged, which is a little bit more than checking in. And look, it could be semantics, but when you're choosing like people like Katie Woo and Ken Rosenthal and Jeff Passan, they're not going to come out here and mince words, so to speak. They're not going to use words that shouldn't be used. So if they're engaged, it tells me there's an ongoing conversation in trying to get this deal done. So we'll see what happens. Now, one thing that really set this all on fire, to be honest with you, and again, we might be feeling the same way even if this wasn't done, when Greg Johnson came out and made the ill-advised comment talking about not wanting to spend on pitchers, that right there just absolutely screwed everything up. Screwed everything up. And look, you lost leverage doing that. And now other clubs, they see what the hell's going on. And they saw last year that Buster Posey was able to get on a pretty good trade with Devers. So the price is going to be high. I mean, it's stupid. It was dumb. And there was no point in getting the fan base in such an uproar when you didn't have to see. You don't have to go out there and say that type of stuff. I would honestly, if I was the Giants, I would keep Greg Johnson locked behind a door and just let Buster Posey go out and talk. Just let him. He's an owner, so let him speak from the ownership. But please stop having Greg Johnson go out there talking about this, because it doesn't help us. Because what do we all think the worst now? Oh, Giants are never going to spin. Giants ain't going to do this. And look, they may and they may not, but it doesn't help.
Eddie, he says, we're not even talking about Alaska here. Like what is the reason? We still have that hanging over our head, guys, is that, we can't draw free agents. Nobody wants to go there. I'm sick of hearing that. But you know what? You play at Oracle Park half of the season. Eric, you've been there. How many games did we go last year? I do text you. I go, Eric, it's beautiful here. I'm in a shirt tonight. We didn't even need our hoodie. The games we went with Lou, and you went with not Armand, but you went with Ibrahim. Beg your pardon. But it's such it's a cool environment. It's cool in the evenings. I mean, would you rather play there? Would you rather be in the 8th inning of a tightly contested game? It's like still 96 degrees in like Arlington or in Phoenix or, anywhere where you're
Cincinnati.
But
Cincinnati
I
gets
mean,
nasty.
oh my
New
God.
York,
Are they still playing
Washington,
on artificial
Pittsburgh.
turf there?
They all
Cincinnati?
get nasty. They all get. And what I mean by nasty, it's humid, it's muggy, and
That's
yeah,
like-
I mean, look,
No offense, Eric, but look at Sacramento. You want to go?
it gets hot.
You want to play there at 2:00 in the afternoon?
Yeah, it gets hot.
Uncomfortable for
You'll
fans.
you'll get,
Can you
you'll get
imagine
burnt.
the mascot? Oh, in that outfit. Ooh. I'm
But-
just saying, there's so many excuses about playing in San Francisco that I don't
The
even
excuses are old.
get it.
It just is. Look, spend the money. Carlos Correa signed. The Giants got cold feet. It wasn't the player. He got offered the biggest contract, and you know what he said? Yep. And he was ready to sign on the dotted line. But then the Giants got cold feet for whatever reason, and they said, nope, we ain't going to do this.
I don't know. Insane says it's the taxes, but you know what? You pay taxes almost anywhere, Eric. Almost anywhere.
New
And you
York
think-
taxes.
listen,
Hey, is New York taxes any different than
you
California?
think
Not
the
by much.
taxes aren't high up in Canada, in Toronto?
Yeah, it's high. Yeah,
It doesn't seem to be an issue for the Blue Jays, does it?
That's exactly. That
I-
look, there's a
Eric.
bunch of factors. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
factors for a free agent to go to a team. There's many factors that are involved. It could be family. It could be a paycheck. It could be I want to win a ring. It could be the location. It could.
I don't
it could
think
be a
any
whole
of them.
bunch of shit.
Eric, do you not? I agree with you, Eric. I agree. There are all kinds of factors, but I don't think
There
anybody
is.
sits in their living room on December 23rd saying, I got a couple of offers and, it's just too cold to play in San Francisco. It's too cold. I don't think that is deciding
I don't
material.
think it is. I don't think so either. It's, hey, they're not paying me as much as Team B, so I'm going to Team B.
And you have never heard a player, Eric, past or present, you've never, ever heard a player who plays in the Giants organization who is traded, who moves on and free. Do you ever hear bad word? There's not a
Nothing.
bad word spoken about the
Nope.
organization. It's
Never.
a great team to play
Never.
for.
Never heard. I've never heard another player going to another saying, you know what? Damn, I hated playing in freaking San Francisco.
You agree, Lou?
I haven't.
You just don't
Unless
hear that
someone can
chatter.
find it, I haven't.
No. They love the ballpark. They love the fans there. You know, you guys keep
Organization.
bringing up the taxes,
There
but
was
I've never heard of anyone complaining when they signed in San Diego. Last time I looked, they're in the same state, and you never hear the
Yeah.
same thing in LA. Oh, you can't sign them because of the taxes. It's just another excuse. The Giants organization, as you know, being a player, there's something about wearing that symbol, SF. It
Yeah,
goes
it is.
back.
There's
It's
something.
got history.
Yes.
You know, and when you get a player who wants to play here, you know, especially the pitchers where they think they're better because of the ballpark, they never mention anything. You know, it's one of those things where a lot of it's either agents or they want the ring. But overall, I think it's pretty cool. It's not the stick anymore where it's super windy. It's a baseball stadium. It's a big difference from Candlestick was a multi type of
Right.
stadium.
Right.
You
That's
have something unique. You know, it's sort of amazing where when the stadium was first built, they thought they'd have 1,000 hits in the water. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it took 18 years to actually get 100. You know, it's got its things. And when you look, it's obviously one of the top 5 ballparks in the whole entire major leagues. One of the top 5, probably the top 3. You know,
Everyone talks about it, right?
Everyone
It's up there.
talks about it. So if everyone talks about it, how great it is, how great the fans are, then you should be able to get superstars. Unfortunately, with the Giants, yeah, they're up against the Dodgers, they're up against the Padres, the Mets, the Yankees, and everything. But too many times, that's an excuse. I just overall think what they need to do is they need to get just one guy to show that it's capable. And let me ask you this: in 10, 12, and 14, did you ever hear anyone complain the ballpark was the problem? You couldn't
Nope.
hit in the ballpark?
Nope.
When you win, nobody talks about how bad the ballpark is.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about getting signing. Nobody talked about Bonds. My God, Bonds had plenty of things. We never talk about when the road teams hit 5 homers in a game and the Giants don't hit 5 homers in a month. It's just the overall quality of players we've been getting just haven't fit the ballpark or what the fans want. So really, that's it. Yeah.
Hey,
I
Lou,
saw that
maybe they're
message.
afraid of you, Lou. Maybe
It's
there's
them.
a Lou Marston effect.
I
Oh,
saw that
no, I'm
message
not
from
jumping
Dan.
in on that conversation because anywhere where you're heckling Lou and front row or a cast of together, I love Lou and I love the front row. So
Oh,
I
by the
will
way,
say
guys,
one thing.
you can
You
heckle.
guys got to
You're a fan.
remember,
You can heckle.
he gave up 4 earned runs in a third of an inning, and a coach
that was
went up, didn't care. So if nobody's going to say anything, I felt it was my obligation to get in his face. Now, he might not have understood my English, but other people did. And you know what? That's the biggest problem with Giants fans. If you've got good seats, say, we're fans for a reason. I'm sorry. I'm speaking from my heart. You give up 4 runs in Philadelphia, you got stuff thrown at you like you're the crazy crab. People are giving you the finger, all that. If you can't take it, then go somewhere else. I wasn't like that. I was just
Where did he go? New York. That must have been fun.
Oh yeah, and you saw how great it was there.
Yeah.
Hey, don't talk to me. But I'm just saying overall, the Giants, when they're winning, you don't hear anything about the ballpark. You don't hear that there's no homers, there's no nothing. But right now,
and the weather.
Yeah. Oh, but right now, just recently, if you take 2021 out, it's been 10 years. You got 1 year and 10 where they've been successful. Fans are upset. And the thing is the front office says, guys, we'll put Buster in. We all believe in Buster, him and Manaea, but we just need to see results. That's all we want. Just give us a little improvement.
Too many excuses.
Now, here's another thing. There's another rumor out there, and I'm looking at it. I'm going to love this. Ketel Marte. Supposedly the Giants are talking to Arizona about trading for Ketel Marte. I don't know about
Strange. Again, I'm always leery of
interdivisional like that. That's
interdivisional moves.
It happens, but man, why would they
really puts a lot of pressure on both organizations, Eric. If you make a deal within your own division and then the player that you deal is the player who kind of, you're scrutinized if he lifts them to new heights in your own division.
And doesn't Ketel have a little bit of a
attitude?
A little bit of an attitude, right? Just a little bit. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like that one. I'd rather get Brendan Donovan than Ketel Marte. That's just me. I don't look, and he's a great player, right? Ketel, he's a fantastic player. Yeah. I'm not saying that. I just don't know if that is he going to be a fit in the Giants clubhouse? Because that's something that they'd like to talk about. Do they get a guy that has the talent and also have what do you want to call the culture, if you will?
I think there's a fine line. You also don't want to have a team. At least I don't, as a fan, Eric. I don't want us bringing in guys who are trouble, guys with attitude.
Yeah, why? Yeah, that's not.
The team has never really. Again, it hasn't been a team that exudes that. And again, I go back to players have liked playing here. Players have enjoyed the ballpark. The fans, like Lou said, but I don't know if you want to bring in. You know what? Again, smoke, fire. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's some players, agents try to get them landing spots and can't seem to find your spot. And well, you know why? Because you were troubled somewhere else and there before that. So
we could get the other Marte.
Dangerous. Yeah, don't want to be dangerous.
My gosh. It's gonna be interesting to see what the Giants are gonna do.
Hey, guys, can I just tell you something? Being the holidays and everything, we just saw Aaron, Mr. Lost, on the thing.
Yeah.
If anybody needs to send anything for the holidays, I actually reached out to Aaron yesterday because I have clients on the East Coast. Do not forget about Aaron and his cookies. I know we take it for granted, but guys, it's the 13th. If you have certain people, relatives, people you need to get gifts, reach out to Aaron. If you don't have his information at Bake That Dough, tell us. But guys, Aaron could not be any more professional. He wants to help out. Let's help out somebody on the chat. I just want to say
there you go.
To Aaron.
Check them out. It's real easy. Bake That Dough. Just Google it.
And for all your printing needs.
In
fact, Eric, why not?
Go for it. Go
for it. I'm not getting Eric. Lou started the ball rolling. Let's let it roll on down the hill.
Giant Sports Talk Live, brought to you by Lefties in Burlingame. Visit Lefties for all of your Giants collecting needs. Buy GenesisGoldIRA.com. Signatures for soldiers. Duxwell Printing. For all of your printing needs in the Bay Area, visit Duxwell Printing at 37 Wentworth Place in San Francisco. And buy BetterCreditCards.com. For the best credit card choice for you, visit BetterCreditCards.com. Covering the San Francisco Giants nightly online. We are Giant Sports Talk Live. Now, back to Eric and Glenn.
Yeah, hi to everybody at Lefties, too. I'm going to be heading over there for a visit with them this week, Eric. And now that I'm back in the Bay Area, while we just mentioned one of our sponsors, this is something I haven't done in a long, long time, Eric. Can I break down my 3 favorite pickups this week?
Go for it.
All right. First pickup this week. Beautiful, classic gold, limited edition, Chen autographed. Bernice asked me how much I paid for it. May have shuffled a few of the numbers around.
Defer
like
it.
Right.
Defer it.
Yeah, let's just say it's on the payment plan, that one. Then I also picked up the Sparkling Shimmer Pink Go Home Special, I call it, Wilmer.
Oh, hell.
So I picked
What
up.
uniform is he going to wear in 2026?
Ooh, that's a damn good question, Eric. So that was my second favorite. I picked up this year, and I think this is the 1941 Billy Hirschberger. I picked up a 1941 Billy Hirschberger.
Good old Billy Hirschberger.
I think he's in prison.
Right? Old man Hirschberger.
I think he's in prison, Eric. Really? Oh, dude. I don't want to get too carried away here, but something I'm working toward on the shelving unit here, much to the chagrin of Bernice, is I'm working on a collection. So I got Hirschberger autographed Willie Aikens.
Yeah, there you go. Is he in prison too?
In prison.
I get the
all the way from Daly City. Benny Koff. I told you about his little car scam down there.
Yeah.
In your car, when you go to pick it up, there's pieces missing. He was a shyster. This guy apparently is still in prison. I forget what he did. It was bad. Urbina.
Nah, don't know who he is. Hey,
He was pitcher for the Expos, White Sox. He's in prison. I think it was like 500 pounds of cocaine he tried to smuggle.
Oh,
I remember that.
Yeah. And then here's a name you'll know, Eric. Big fan. Tax Latimer.
Tax Latimer.
In prison. So I got my whole prison collection going here. Oh, here's one. Just got this one today at the show, Eric. This guy's in prison too. I don't know how you say his name properly. Sergio Mitre?
Don't even know.
And what card show were you at? Where was it at? Glenn, was it in San Francisco, San Jose?
San Jose Mall. San Jose Mall. Another Benny Koff. Another Willie Aikens. Anyway, I'm working on the prison collection, Eric. If they're in prison
collection,
I got the card. The final 2 I picked up, Eric, and they're not. I don't have my. I put the banner in G. Craig collection, famous collection around North America and around the world, Eric. But how do you like that, baby?
Look at that, nice.
You know who that is?
Can't see who it is. Hey, there he goes. Mr. Cobb from Detroit. How about that? That's a young
I
Cobb.
ended up with the red. So look at the card close.
Yeah.
The green background.
The green, nice.
And it's a Piedmont.
Nice.
Piedmont and an Old Mill. So I picked those up, Eric. The collection continues to grow. Again, much to the chagrin of my better half. She's like, enough's enough, but the mailman keeps delivering, Eric.
There you go. Hey, there's Colton Waddell. Colton Waddell.
Love it.
Waddle. I'll say Waddle. Colton Waddle. Haven't seen you in the chat before. Welcome to the fraternity we call Giant Sports Talk Live. Says if they got Devers, I'm sure they'd be fine with Marte. Understand you don't want the interdivisional, and I don't love it either, but he might be the best second baseman. Look, I'm not going to doubt he's good. He's a damn good second baseman. But there's just a couple of things, right? First off, it's interdivisional, right? And that may not happen. And secondly, the price, it's going to cost you a Bryce Eldridge to get you a Ketel Marte. And I don't see that happening. I just don't.
And again, it's the Giants' tradition is they just seem to stay away from those kind of players, Eric.
Well, we're gonna find out. Hey, we're gonna find out shortly what the hell the Giants are gonna do. So
I hope so.
Yeehaw.
Oh, I also picked up another card, and this leads toward our future, Eric. Tomorrow, I have a phone call scheduled for, I think, 4 o'clock. We're setting up a time date for our next special guest. Gold-plated.
Hey, Matt Stairs. There you go.
Matt Stairs card. So we're ready to go for, I think, some night next week. It's a quiet night. We'll have Matt on talking about free agency, what it was like when he played. Were you waiting for the? And I mean, dude.
He's been around. He was around.
Teams, so he knows all about free agency and being.
He knows about trades. He knows about he knows about all of that. So that'd be interesting.
So he's a good friend of the show. I was worried he's not a good friend of mine anymore. I was texting him, no reply, but he just forgot about us.
Yeah.
He forgot. He said, "I thought I responded." He says he was getting mad at me because I didn't reply. I go, "Dude, look, check your message." He goes, "Oops." He said, "Send holiday wishes to Lou and Eric and all the fans, so that we'll do that, and we hope to get them on the show." Okay,
absolutely. All right, let's get out of here. We'll be back here tomorrow night. Do it all over again. Maybe there's news. Maybe there's not.
By the way, what's on your shirt? Be a Secret Santa.
Be a Secret Santa, man. Come on.
Ooh, so you're not going to tell me what you got me for Christmas? Good.
Go be a Secret Santa. Come on.
It's a secret.
Pay it forward.
Go. I know what Lou and I are doing for Christmas.
Nice.
Might be margaritas involved, right?
And tacos. There you go. Some enchiladas. There you go.
Come on down, Eric.
All right, guys. We'll be back here tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Right. Be here for day 3 for the 12 days of Christmas.
See you guys.
Be good, guys. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.